Good morning, students. In today's lecture, we will cover with our last part of our unit 1, that is break and continue statements. To begin with, I said nested for loop in Python. How you can use the nested for loop in Python? The syntax is for iterating variable in sequence, This is your first for loop, and there is one nested for loop which is inside this for loop, and this is the statement S that is under the nested for loop, and this is the statement that is suited for the your main for loop. I will give you an example over here, so it will be clear to you. For I in range of 3, I will write over here. This is your first loop, and you will make the another for loop that is a nested for loop over here for j in range of, I will write here 2. Print the value. You can find out when I press enter over here, my cursor start blinking over the next line with some indentation. Print the value of, I said print the value of j over here. Then I will print enter over here. If you want to give any value, then you can give, it will depend upon which value you want to print over here. Then I will give nest as the file name. This is a sequence that has been printed. Let's check what is the output and what's the reason behind it. If you check, this is 0 1 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 2. Okay, I will make some changes over here. Now check the output. Firstly, if I have written this print over here, then your output is 0 1 0 0 1 1 0 1 2. That is according to the iteration. Okay. First is your loop I is working over 3 times. That is the range value is 0. It means it is working 0, 1 and 2 times. If your j loop range is 2, that means it is working 0 and 1 time. Here I will just consider how many times your loop is working over here. When with the first iteration it is working, you are printing the value of j, that is 0 and 1 will be printed. I will highlight over here. First time when your loop will work, it will be printing the value 0 and 1 over here. Okay. And then the next time, and then there is a print the value of I, then you are in I loop, the value will be 0. If you check your output of the first 3 letters that has been displayed here, that is 0 1 0. Then your control will go back to the I loop. The I range will work. Then again 0 1 will be get printed, and the value of I that will be printed will be 1. Again, if you check, that is 0 1, and then the value of I, that is 1. Again, for the range value of 2, your I loop will work and print the value of j. Your j value is 0 1, that will be printed over here, and your I value is 2 over here. Right? This is the way. If you check the output, your first output must be clear to you. That is 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 1 2. It has been displayed over here. If I change this print over here, if I change the indentation, then this print is under the I over here, then this output is accordingly that. Okay. This was the functioning of your nested for loop. Now we will move further, that is with the break statement. The break will work similarly as it works in your C or C++ language. We use break statement that allow you to exit a loop from any point within this body by passing its normal termination expression. That means if you have given any statement and you are going to use a break statement, then you will be get terminated without considering what the situation is or what the condition is going on. Let's take an example over here. Okay, I will write a word is, I will write over here, computer is there. Okay. This is my variable where I'm passing one string over here. For I said I in A. For the iteration in A, that is I is the variable sequence and A is the loop value, that is the string will be passed here, from where my, if I write here range, then how it will work? There are 8 letters in the word computer and you know your range will start from 0 by default. If you are not going to write A, then you may write range A. If you are not going to define any string over here, you can write the syntax like for I in range 8. Okay. This is not mandatory that you have to pass a string over here. That is your wish, how you can check. That is, if I is, then I will equate, that is the condition, I is equal to P. Then if condition is there, then break. Similarly, here you may write it as, I'm writing here 2 programs. One is with the string, other is with the range. For I in range of 8, if I equal to 3, then, okay, by mistake I'm writing here colon, semicolon is there. Okay, then is, I will write break. Then print the letter I, whatsoever is in the I. Okay. Here you can also to P, then break is there. The output should be COM, that is com should be there, because here I am giving one condition, when the P will be get encountered, where your I value will be get equal to P, you will be get break over here. Let's change variable over here, that is R. Okay. Then run the code. Your COMPUT compute will be get printed and R will be get, you are getting break value and encountering R. This is the working of your break statement. Then to continue with your other part, that is the continue. Then is the continue statement works like break, but instead of forcing termination, break is doing one forcing termination. It forces the next iteration of the loop to take place and skipping the rest of the code. Let's check what does it mean. Let's take an example first. I will make some changes over here. Okay, I will write for I in range of 10. I will write 10 over here. If I equal to 7, I'm giving if condition, then continue. Then here I will give break as well to check. But before the break, I'm writing a continue. Let's check our output. What should be the output over here? And you can find out the output is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But 7 is missing from here. Either you have written the break statement here, but it will not work. Okay. And purpose of continue is to skip that iteration where the condition is. Here the condition is when the I will be equal to 7. Okay, then there is skipping of that statement. If you write the break along with it, there is no working of break will be here. Okay, break will not work here if you are using continue before the break. Because your loop will start and then the condition will be checked and then there is a statement will be get encountered that is continue. Your control will go back to the I range again, it will print the value and your control will go back and it will continue until your all the range will be get stopped. Your range value will be work from starting from 0 to 9. All the value will be printed except where you have given the condition. It will skip only that iteration. The continue will just skip that iteration. Otherwise, all the values will be get printed over here. Okay. Next is pass statement. A pass is very useful concept in the case of Python. It is used when a statement is required syntactically, but you don't want any command or code to execute. Suppose you have written one module. As you know, module is there, insert is there, delete is there, updation is there. But you don't know the coding of insert, that how to write the insert code. You have written one function over here. I will write here. I'm not writing the function. I am just giving you one example over here. Suppose you have written one function in Python. The function is defined with the name of define function. Here I'm defining function, but I don't know what to write in a function. Okay, then I use the pass statement. Pass means you can skip your code right now. You won't get any error. Otherwise, as in the case of C or C++ is there, then it was like if you are declaring a function, I will write void insert as the function name. You use parenthesis when you are going to not define a function that what the function will do. This is the case of C or C++. You can only use parenthesis for the empty function. But in the case of Python, if you are going to use anything where you are not clear about the coding, then you can use pass statement. How you will use it? I will not write a function right now. I will use it with the for loop for I in range of 10. Then if I equal to 7, I will use what to write in if statement. I don't know what to write in if statement. I will just pass the value over here and print so that you will be able to know take pass any value so that I can get to know. Then print I. Okay, one indentation is required over here. Here you are getting the output because I have written this I under the if statement. Okay, if I write print I over here, the iteration is there, but there is a condition in I that if condition if that I haven't given any sort of calculation, any sort of you may say that continue or break in if statement. Okay, I'm just one printing that if is working, but I am getting one pass statement over here. Okay, if I will not write this, I will just write print the value of I. As you know, this print is under the for loop. But you have written in your if. You have written nothing in your if. That you have just given one condition and you have made one pass over here. That it will be get skipped. You won't get any error. The value is 9. The last value of iteration will be shown to you. Okay. Then is real number. Then I will go to the ideally that if you are provided with complex number of or real number, then how will you find over here that the number what is the real part of that number? You will write any number 3 plus I will say 2j. You can take any value. Okay, Firstly, let's check the type of A. The type of A will be complex type. Now you can't give iota over here. You will get an error. If you write A plus equal to 3 plus 2y, then you will get an error. Then what is the real part of this number? Then you will write A dot real. Sorry. Here you will write down A dot real only, then you will get 3.0. Here you must notice that when you get the real part, you will only get the floating value along with. You can try with any example with this. Okay. Okay, the things that we have covered so far in our unit 1 is introduction to Python language, advantages of Python in comparison with other languages, different methods of using Python, using as a calculator, setting up your Python, that is installation of your Python. This is all how to run a script, edit a script, save a script, how to work over the interactive shell. Then the concept of data types is there. Then the random number that is pending over here, that we will cover in our unit 2. What is a random number and how you will use it. Then we have covered real number. We have covered immutable variables. And I have given you a little bit of concept of mutable and immutable. That what is the difference over here. We will do in detail when we go with the list or tuples. Okay. Then Python console input output statement, how you can give the input values and how you can print the values. Arithmetic operators, that means all type of operators we have covered so far. Then the conditions, then the comparison operator, logical operator is an in operator. Then the control statements we have covered in our unit 1. This is the whole part of your unit 1. Then we will move to our unit 2. Okay, to proceed with our unit 2, we will continue with, this is the course content of your unit 2, the things that we will cover in your unit 2, that is functions and some modules. Module part we will cover mostly in our labs, that what is a module, how to import a module, what are the different way to use a module and how to reload a module. Okay, then we will cover tuples, array and matrices, sets, list, assessing list, operation, working with list, dictionaries, how to assess the dictionary, data frames, date and time value manipulation, and string handling functions. This is your part of your syllabus, unit 2. Then we will proceed. What is a list? List is like an array in your Python. I will open one here ideally, so you will be aware what is list. List is the most versatile data type that is available in Python, which can be written as a list of comma separated value between square brackets. I said list is comma separated value between square bracket. Okay, this is the representation of your list, that how you can represent it. If I enclosed a equal to 1 in the square bracket, that is 1, 2, 3, that is the value of my list. As I said, list will work like an array, but the difference is array can contain only homogeneous type of data, but in the list we can give heterogeneous type of data. That means it is not necessary that the elements that is present in the list should be of the same data type. Even I can write one floating value over here. I'm writing here 1.2. Okay, here I can give string value. I will write my name over here in the string. Even I can give another list in a list that is called nested list. Here the 1 will be at index 0. This is called indexing in a list. 2 is at index 2. If we will consider the 2, that is at index 1. 3 is at index 2. That means starting from, by default, your list will start from index 0 and will go up to the number of element that you are giving. Then how will you check that which value is existing at which index point? Let I am going to check the value which is at the index 0. I will give the name of the list A and will pass the index 0. I will get 1. Let's check all the values which is at index 2, 1, then index 2, then index 3, index 4 is there, index 5 is there. Index 5 is, if you check the index 5, you are getting a list that will be considered as a single element. If you are giving some comma separated values over here, it will not be considered as 5, 6, 7 index value. It will be considered at the index 5, common value at the index 5. Okay. Similarly, if you give some value which is not existing, the index which is not existing, you will encounter an error. Error is index error. That means you are giving an index which is not existing. This is the way you can assess your list. This is the positive index. Okay. You can also assess your list from the negative index. How you will assess the list? By using the negative index. If you will write here minus, as I said, okay, let me open one word file so that I can make you more clear. Okay, here I will give some value. I said 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. This is my list. Okay. If you will consider as a positive index, okay, it will be at the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And if I say you have to assess the list by using the negative index, then you will write here -1. It will be at -2. That means from the reverse side, your index will start from -1, then -5 is there. 0 is not a negative value, 0 is a positive integer. This is your value of index in the case of negative. It is very much important that you must be clear about what is a positive indexing and what is a negative indexing, because in our next topic we are going to cover some slicing where you have to know about what is positive indexing and what is negative indexing. Okay, then I will move over here and show you how you can assess your value which is at the end. That is at the end, at the -1 location, your value is 456. Okay. Similarly, if you give the index value which is not existing over here, I will give -8. That is not existing. You will get an error over here. Okay. Then is this is how you can create a list. You have to use square bracket and close, and you have to give comma separated values. The value should be heterogeneous. Uh, then how you can assess the value? By using the index number, you can assess the value. Now coming to the features of the list. First feature is list can be heterogeneous. You can make it homogeneous, you can make it heterogeneous. That means you can take any type of data type in your list. And the other is, the word is list is mutable. Mutable means if you want to change some addition in your list, you want to edit your list, you can. This thing is not possible as in the case of tuples are concerned. Okay, list is mutable and tuples are immutable. You must be clear about the word mutable and immutable. Which can be altered will be considered as mutable, and which cannot be altered will be considered as immutable. Okay, next coming is how you can use your list with constructor. Okay. Let's take an example over here over the ideally. I'm writing d equal to my name over here. This is a string, as I know. Okay, if I display the value of d, then my name will be get displayed over here. If I want this d to be a list, then I pass list with my name. Generally, we use the word typecasting, but actually it is a constructor. That how you can declare your list as a constructor. If I click and check the value of t, then you can find out the string has been converted into a list. That is to use list as a constructor. Okay, let's take some another example. You can use also a range function along with the list constructor. Let's take a list range and give one value that is only a stock value here. I will give here 8 over here. Okay, and we'll press enter and check the value of 8. Now you can check out a sorted list of 0 to 7 has been created. This is to give the list constructor along with the range function. Similarly, you can use this is this just a stop value. You can also give this start and stop value. I will start from 3 and end with 8 and then check the value of my list. It will go from 3 and go and will go up to n minus 1, stop equal to n minus 1, that is 8 minus 1, go up to 7. Here the way you can generate your list. Even you can give this step size over here. Okay, I will give a more value over here. I will start from 1 and will go up to 8 with the step size of 2. You can find out there is a difference of two values. That is first value will be get displayed, that is 1, then 3, then 5, then 7. If I will give the step size, then it will be get skipped one value. Okay, now coming is usage of operators. First operator that we have covered, that how you can use your index operator, that you have to use the list name along with the index value enclosed in a square bracket. Then plus is to concatenate. Let's check out how you can concatenate a list. I will give one list that is a equal to, I will write here 1, 2, 3. This is my list. I will take another list as BS4, 5, and 6. Then I will concatenate the list. The list will be get concatenated into ones. There is a combination of A plus B. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can also use the list along with the asterisk sign. Here, if you will write A into 3, your value will be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Your list will be multiplied over that time. Okay. Then is to check. Okay. Is and in your list. I will open ideally again so it will be more visible to you. Here I will write over A equal to 1, 2, 3, B equal to 4, 5, 6. Okay. Let's check the equality of A. A is equal. Okay. Let me give. I'm giving different value. A equal to 1, 2, 3. A equal to B. Then find out the value. Firstly, I have given the 1, 2, 3 and B as 4, 5, 6. I'm checking the equality. I'm getting Boolean value as a false. And here I'm getting the same. I'm giving the same value and getting the result as 2 if I'm going to find the evaluation. Then is if I will check A is B. I told you in the previous session that if you are going to check the equality, you can between the integer, you can check by using the is operator. Let's check A is B. The answer is false. You cannot check the equality of two lists by using is operator. Okay. What's the reason behind it? I told you that if you are giving A as 10 and B as 10, and if you check the ID of A, you will get this result. Some memory location is there. If you check the value of B, some memory location is there. And if you check the value of these memory location, this is same. Okay. That means value is pointing to memory location. But similarly, if we check the if I check the memory location of this value, A is the list and B is the list. Okay, let's check the ID of A. This is the ID of A. Let's check the ID of B. Here you can find out lists are pointing to some different memory location. That's why A is not B. Okay, A is equal to B, but A is B? No. If they are pointing to the same memory location, then you may say that by using the integer number A is B. But in the case of list, you can't say A is B. So there is one query of student that can we multiply two lists? Let's find out. There is type error. You cannot multiply two lists over here. Okay, you cannot multiply sequence by non-integer of type list. Okay, you cannot multiply. Okay, then to continue with. Okay, then is the in operator. How you will use the in operator over here? Let's take the list over here. 1, 2, 3 to check whether 3 in A or not. The answer is 3 is A. Sorry, 3 in A. 3 in A. The answer is true. Okay. And if you check 6 in A, the answer is false. You will get Boolean value over here. Okay. We will do in detail how you can delete from your list. So I'm skipping this operator right now. I will cover it in our next part. The things that we have covered, that how you can create a list, how you can assess value in a list, what are the features, main features of list. You can take any type of data type in your list. Your list should be enclosed in square brackets separated by commas, and list is immutable. Okay, you can change your list. Then come this slicing. This is very much interesting part of your syllabus, that slicing is there. A colon sign is used between the square parentheses for slicing along with the list name. If I consider any example, then let's take the list name as A, and I have to give one upper value and one lower value. Where I have to start, that is the index value. From which index I have to start and from which index I have to stop. Okay, this is your slicing. Here is some example that we will cover. Okay, I will take an example over the ideally and perform all the operations. I will open clearly ideally so it will be more clear to you. Okay, I will take okay, this is my list, the slicing with positive integer. Okay, here you can find out I have given some value. I will start from this value. Okay, I will give you this for practice. I will take some another list and use it different slides. We will also cover this. But firstly, I will take some another list and I will use this presentation, this slide for your practice. Then I will use the list as a equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will take another number as 4, 5.5. Then hello is, and then my name is there. Let's read this list. Okay, let's start the indexing over here. That is slicing over here. If you are using a list, I said enclosed in a square brackets, and you can give colon sign over here. If you are giving 0 as the starting position, firstly let's check how many values are there. I will again open one Word file so that you remain clear that first value is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 4, then 5.5. I will add 2 columns over here. This is the 6 and this is the 7 value. At the 6 I have written hello, and at the 7 position I have written Neha. Okay. This is -1, -2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. As you know, you are having 8 elements in your list, starting from the 0 index and going up to 7. And if you consider the negative index, we are having -1 to -8 values are there. Okay. You must be aware of indexing. That what is indexing over here if you are going for slicing. Okay. I said, I will open the ideally. I said start from 0 and will go up to, I said go up to 2. Okay, this is the positive indexing. Firstly, we will cover the positive indexing, then I will come to the negative indexing. As I start from 0 and go up to 2, we will press enter. Here, it is starting from, I will write over here, it is starting from 0 and the value that is covering the values index. I said go up to 2, but it will go n-1. N-1 means 2 minus 1, it will go only up to 1 index. Okay, so similarly here, if I give the value a, start from 1, that means start from index 1 and go up to 5, that means which value that I'm going to print is 1, 2, 3, and 4 index. Okay, it will not print your 5 index. Look at 1 to 4 indexes. 2, 3, 4, 4 will be get printed over your screen. 2, 3, 4, 4 is on your screen. Okay. Okay, let's take some more examples. If I say start from 0, and I'm not going to give any ending value here. Okay, I have started the value from the 0 index, but I haven't given any stop value over here. Then I will press enter. The whole list will be get printed. Okay, if I say start from, you are not giving any starting value and you are giving any, okay, I will give here 2 here. By default, your value will start from 0 index. Okay, and it will go, you are giving the ending value that is 2, it will go 2 minus 1, that is till the index 1, and your value will be get printed. Okay, and if I say empty list is there, I'm not passing any slicing value, I will get an error, that is syntax error is there. I have to give some value, either the index value, either the slicing, I have to pass some value. I cannot pass list as an empty list. This is called empty list. Okay. Then if similarly, if I starting from 2 index, I'm not giving any ending value over here. My value will start from 2 and will go up to last. Okay. Okay, if you give the same index, you will get an empty list. Okay, then is give some value. I said give the two value and we'll give the ending point that is beyond your list value. 70 is not your list size. Your list is starting from the index 0 and going up to 7. But here I am giving 70 over here. That check your whole list will be get printed. Okay, it will start from the 0 index, but your whole list will be get printed. Then if you just pass colon sign and you are not going to give any start value or ending value, you will get your whole list. Your whole list will be get printed. Okay. Similarly, if you use your list as you're not giving any start value, but you have given one stop value. Okay. Then in this case, your empty list will be get printed. Okay. When you are giving the same range start and stop value, then your empty list will be get printed. When you are not giving any starting value but giving 0 index value as the ending range, your empty list will be get printed. In the exams, this is very common question that you will be provided one list and you have to find out the values. In that case, you don't have any interpreter, so you must know manually that how you can assess the list. Okay. Same is when you are not having some starting value and you are giving the value which is beyond the list size, then in that case your whole list will be get printed. Okay. Let's take value that is in between your list. You're not giving starting value, but your ending value is 7. It will go up to 6. Uh, except the last value, all the values will be get printed. If it will depend upon how much size of your list. Okay, this is your positive indexing. Here in this presentation, I have given some example over here that how you can use your indexing. This is for your practice. Even I will send to you the PPT to you. Okay, practice by yourself, not over the interpreter, but by yourself. Okay, manually that what will be the result if you are getting this this PPT. Okay, now is your negative slicing. I will open one ideally. I will take list as I will take the same list. 5.5 hello is there. Then I will write my name over here. Okay, let's check. This is our list values. Okay, I have shown you the negative values here. Okay, the negative indexes. This is important for you that you must know that it will start from -1 and will go up to -8. Okay, then how we will use this slicing over here? The name of the list is A. You are starting your list from -1 and not giving your ending value. Okay, then what will be the result in this case? I said start from minus index. What is it over minus index? That is my name is over here. Neha is there. Okay, and I'm not giving any ending value, so it will print only Neha. Let's check the output. It is just printing my name. Similarly, if I pass some index like -2, that means starting value is -2, but there is no any ending value. Two values will be get printing. Okay, and this is your -2. I'm not giving any ending value. How it will start? It will start from -2 and go by this side. Okay, and here is -1 value. It will be get printed. If similarly, if I pass here -4, guess the result, but it could be starting from -4, that is 4, 5.5. Hello and Neha should be get printed. Let's check the output. This is the output. Okay. Let's take value which is beyond the limit of your list. In this case, your whole list will be get printed. Okay. Then is the colon sign is there. You're not giving any starting value, but giving one ending value. In this case, when you are giving one stop value over here, that value will not be counted. I said that value will not be counted. So -1 value will not be counted. Your result will be starting from 1 up to Neha, up to hello. Neha will not be counted over here. Let's check the result. This is the result. Similarly, if I write here 2 over here, then what will be the result? The result will be, I said this value will never be get covered over here. Let's consider here, that is your result should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5.5. Let's check it. This is the result. Okay. Okay, this is the same example that I have solved with some index values. You can practice all by yourself also. This is the list that I have provided to you. This is for the positive values, and this is for your practice where you have to use the negative indexing. Then comes the list operation. There are some list operation that is available in your list. That is, first is the length, concatenation, repetition, membership, iteration, updation, and deletion. Let's cover. Let's take one list. I will take the same list over here. The name of the list is A. This is my list. How you will find the length of the list is you will use len function and write the value of A. There are 8 elements in your list. 8 will be get printed. I have already told you how you can concatenate the list. You can directly concatenate. It is no need to give any variable. Earlier I have told you can give the variable, that is your wish, how you can concatenate. It has add the list. If you want to concatenate, this is the main point that, just a minute, what's the issue over here? Okay, let's give it in a variable, that is more easy. 2, 5, 6. Okay, I was giving some wrong value over here. I was using the list should be 1, 2, and 3, and I will concatenate it that 4 and 5 as a comma separated value. I was giving plus sign by mistake over here, so I was getting a sum. Okay, then I will, this is concatenation. Then is the repetition that I have told you that you can repeat your list. If I am writing A into 5, okay, I have to give the list again. That means it was taking some another values. I will take a list 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and I have to repeat my list by 2. It will be get repeated the number of times that you will give. It will be get repeated. Then membership is, I have already told you, 3 in A. Yes, it is true false value. Then the iteration, how you can iterate your list. Then I will open one file that is called for I in. Let's take a list as 1, 2, 3. This is my list. Okay, print the value of I. I'm printing the value of iteration over here. Then if I will run this, you can also iterate your list. Your result will be 1, 2, 3. Okay, that will depend upon your forsuit, that sort of statement that you are going to give in a list. Here the other ways, you can also give a variable for the list and pass variable over here. Here for I next, print the value of I, your value will be get printed. Or you can print the value of X here. Here the value of X is 1, 2, 3 as a list. Your 1, 2, 3 will be get printed. The number of iteration and your value.